I wanted to talk a little about where the Bitcoin price is and where it's going. I started this channel as a way to discuss the Bitcoin price and warn people. Honestly, I got too busy to make a lot of stuff. I commented on some of my social media about it, and I made some okay calls, because I don't think it was that hard. I can link that idea if you want to read through it. But I don't think it was that hard because it was a bubble, so it's kind of repeating similar patterns that we've seen in the past. But I thought I'd just make a quick update, because I mean the only video I've made since is on uranium. So, what do you guys think this is going to do? Do you think this is going to continue to moon, or do you think it's going to go down? Every time I open up a chart, I ask myself that. I go, Johnny, this has just had a huge bubble. Where do you think it's going to go? Is it going to 20x again, or 200x, wherever you measure where it came from? Or is it more likely that it's going to go down or sideways? And this rally recently just really shows that. It really didn't go anywhere. I mean, it's easy to see naked. It came up here, huge resistance, straight back down. And everyone was getting so excited about this rally, which happened over the course of, I think, 2 weeks. And then in the course of a few days, like, half the gains were just wrecked, just gone. So, I don't know if people are even learning. I feel like they're not, because I still see a lot of hope in tweets and in the chat rooms that I'm a part of. And yeah, it's not outside of the realm of the possibility that it could go up. But let's just look at historically what happened to Bitcoin. I know that the past is not does not mean that the future will act in exactly the same way, but it's interesting. So this is my gold chart. This is the weekly from the 2013-2014 bubble. And if you look, I mean, this is way more violent because the liquidity was so much lower back then. But we had a very similar move here. Let's put this on the weekly to demonstrate better. So let's move that. Okay. So we had the huge decline and then a bounce. Huge decline, then a bounce. Grind down when people are just panicking, realizing the party is over, or maybe the same thing. Then you had a little bump. Same thing. And then you've got another grind down. There was a little sideways movement here. Had that. Didn't really have the sideways movement, but you did have a bump, as we had there. And then the bear market began in earnest. Which you could say we bottomed here, perhaps. But I think it's kind of more likely that we head down lower. Because we're kind of in a channel now. So the best case we can hope for is kind of this sideways movement, and just hope that we don't break that 6K, because, I mean, this is where most of the... I think this is where a lot of buys are going to be. And this is where it gets complicated, and this is where I think it gets harder to call the bubble. I mean, if you're just going off, like, the market dying and interest being reduced, then, sure, you can expect somewhere around 4.3K. If it gets really bad, like 2.7, 2.5, somewhere around here. And the absolute worst case, you'll have a retest of the all-time highs right down here. And you can see this huge volume around here, around here, around here. So these are the points where I think people are buying, and I think these are the points where people want to see it. And the fact that there are so many people, I say like me, maybe not newer traders, but the old guys that have been through these bubbles, they sold all up here, all around here, and they've been buying on the dips. Now, the real tell is if this 6,005.7 area holds. That will be really telling, because if not, we'll be hitting 5K, 4.3K, and those are probably, I mean, that's where I'm setting my buys, but I can't tell you what to do. This is not financial advice, this is just my thoughts. So you just got to be patient. I mean, these are This is in weekly as well, so in daily it gets so much more muddy. But let's look at the weekly, daily, sorry. We're playing out a very similar pattern. Move this. Is it daily? Yes. So, kind of similar. The daily, you're never gonna, maybe this isn't a log actually, wouldn't make much of a difference. So yeah, we're kind of similar. Used an argument that we're here or here in comparison to 2014. So yeah, if I had to put money on it, like I said, with the question that I asked myself, where's it going to go? Sideways, up or down? I'd say sideways to down, and that kind of is played out here. And then obviously we know what happens for the next year and a half, 2 years after that. So yeah, if you drew it out, excuse me, my terrible English, probably got something like that going, and then once this is broken, we'll hit all of these high volume areas. So yeah, I hope that you find this useful. It's always a little bit hard to tell where the price is going to go in the short term, but long term, I think it's going to be down. This is a thing I've noticed. Not in bear trends, it doesn't matter what kind of the news is, it's still going to go down. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next video.